Pentateuch. Now I'm doing Deuteronomy chapter 13 again, to verse 5. But that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken in order to turn you away from the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you from the house of the bondage to entice you from the way in which the Lord your God commanded you to walk, so you shall put away the evil from your midst. Now I'm doing Deuteronomy chapter 19. Deut. Chapter 19, verse 19. Then you shall do to him as he taught to have done to his brother, so you shall put away the evil from among you. Now I'm doing Deuteronomy chapter 1. To verse 17. You shall not show partiality in judgment. You shall hear the small as well as the great. You shall not be afraid in any man's presence, for the judgment is God's. The case that is too hard for you, bring to me, and I will hear it. Now I'm doing Deuteronomy chapter 12. To verse 5. But you shall seek the place where the Lord your God chooses out of all your tribes to put his name for his dwelling place, and there you shall go. Now I'm doing chapter 16 to verse 2. Therefore you shall sacrifice the Passover to the Lord your God from the flock and from the herd in that place where the Lord chooses to put his name. Now I'm doing Numbers chapter 15, NUM, to verse 30. But the person who does anything presumptuously, whether he is Really phone. Native born or a stranger, that one brings reproach on the Lord, and he shall be cut off from among his people. Wow, she must be taking a huge one. Now I'm doing 1 Samuel. You feel much better now? You're gonna do zoomies? One Samuel SAM chapter 8. That's funny. Chapter 8 verse 5. And said to him, Look, you are old, and your sons do not walk in your ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. Now I'm doing verse 19 to verse 20. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, No, but we will have a king over us. Whoo! You know, you must. Verse 20. That we also may be like all the nations, and that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles. She must let it go. Stinky. I smelled that. Now I'm doing 1 Samuel chapter 10.
Same thing as on.
On chapter 10, verse 19. SAM. 1 SAM chapter 10, verse 19. But you shall today rejoice your God, who himself saved you from all your adversities and your tribulations, and you have said to him, No, set a king over us. Now therefore present yourself before the Lord by your tribes and by your clans. Now I'm doing 1 Samuel chapter 9 again. Well, not again. Well, you know what I mean. Shh. Chapter 9, verse 15 to verse 16. Now the Lord had told Samuel in his ear that day before Saul came, saying, verse 16, Tomorrow about this time I will send you a man from the land of Benjamin, and you shall anoint him
St. Jude Partner in Hope is a monthly donation and is part of my regular monthly budget.
commander